So you want to get your house on the market, but not quite sure where to start.
Well, why don't you start on the outside?
Okay. So when you start on the outside, you want to think about making the first impression, right? So as people pull up, what do they see? When they pull up in front of your house, what do they see of your house? So one of the first places I like to start is basic stuff like cutting the grass, fertilizing the grass a couple weeks before, pulling the weeds, cutting the shrubs back so that they have a chance to grow back up and bloom before we get the house on the market. But you'll want to do things like clean the front porch, pressure wash the front of the house. Probably the best tip is to paint the front door an eye-popping color. Put a little color, put a few perennial plants that are in bloom that shows a little color when you pull up, right? Just basically clean the front so that it looks pleasing when you walk up. I've had several clients will pull up to the house and they don't like the outside, they won't even go in, they stop.
Yep.
And that, this process can take you a couple weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the time of season. So you want to start early, and like I said, do your pruning and your cutting and your fertilizing first. That gives it a chance to start greening up. You also want to do things like check the sprinkler system, make sure it's working, there's no broken heads, those kind of things. So as you move into the inside, how do you approach going into the inside?
Well, kind of like what you said, first impressions. When you first walk in, I think, me personally, one of the first things I notice is the smell.
Okay.
You want that house to smell clean, smell nice. Whether that's you just deep cleaned it, get some Glade plugins or air wicks or whatever. You can plug them right in the walls. It smells really nice.
Okay.
Another important thing is if you have any pets, get rid of pet toys. Really make sure you get that pet hair, pet dander up. That'll really help with the smell.
How about things like dog bowl and food and
yeah, if you can't put those in the garage,
okay.
Just really, as we go with that, really try to declutter everything. So put away dog bowls, put away any kind of extra things that you weren't using to actively live, like with your kitchen. You don't need 15 appliances sitting on the counter. Really try to only use, your coffee maker or whatever it is you need. Extra pots and pans, put those away. Really, you really want to try and make the house look as depersonalized as you can. Put away pictures of you and your family. I've had buyers walk through the house and they say it's hard to picture them in the house when they see who's currently living and they're all over the walls.
So less is more then.
Correct. Yeah, less is more.
What about furniture?
If you have some nice furniture, leave it out. If you got, 3 sofas and a love seat and a recliner in the living room and you got a scooch to get by everything, put some of that in the garage.
Seems like we're putting a lot of stuff in the garage.
Yeah.
Does that become a problem?
No, I think the garage is kind of the place where buyers understand, like, oh, well, this is where all the extra crap goes, Okay.
What about cleanliness? How should they approach cleaning and getting the house ready, 1 for pictures and 2 for show?
Kind of like we said earlier, declutter. And once you've taken pictures and you've decluttered, stay decluttered. Don't bring it all back out once you start doing showings. Really try to hit like kitchen sinks, bathroom sinks, really clean your toilet bowls. I can't tell you how many buyers I have to lift up the toilet seat
and look in the bowl.
And look in the bowl. I don't.
Do you ever ask them what they're looking for?
No, I don't think I want the answer. But yeah, just stay clean. You want the house to be clean and sparkle.
Okay. How about things like chair rail, baseboards, those kind of things, ceiling fan blades? We seem to have a lot of dust.
Yeah, so people definitely don't notice their ceiling fans in the winter. Now that summer's here, it's getting warmer, people are going to start turning them on. Make sure you clean those before you do that so you don't get all the giant dust bunnies falling on the carpet and staining the carpet. Really, clean and sparkle is the motto for the interior. Okay. Just be clean.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed is a lot of clients will go in and they'll actually open the windows and the sliding glass doors and look at the tracks.
Yep.
So that's another thing we ask them, if try and get in there and clean those door tracks, because if those things are clean, the thought is the rest of the house has been well maintained.
Right, right, and you know, it's just again with the clean and sparkle thing. I mean, you may not notice it, but your brain does. So if there's something off about it, and you're walking around, and you're like, it's probably because you're subconsciously noticing the rails, the baseboards, all those things.
And here's another pet peeve of mine. Take a few dollars and go through every light fixture. Make sure all the bulbs work. Make sure all the bulbs are the same color.
Yep.
It's one of those things where it looks like the home has been well maintained.
Yeah.
Okay. So clean and sparkle. Attention to detail.
Yep.
So a couple weekends, a few $100s, you should be able to knock that out and get your house ready to sell.
Barely any convenience.
Right on, right on. So if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment sections, and we will talk to you later.